Hello, everyone. My name is Marion with DTM Real Talk Channel. It's the channel that you can tune into, have the ability to listen to the thoughts of others about topics all over the world that touch every one of our lives. Everybody goes through basically the same thing. There is nothing new under the sun. So if you're going through, someone else has already been there. Maybe you can find hope. Maybe it's a pathway that can set you on the right road just by tuning in. So DTM Real Talk, just keeping it real. And if you like it, like us at the bottom, subscribe, and let us know just how we helped you. Just keeping it real. Nothing but love. Good morning and happy Mother's Day to everyone. It is Mother's Day. And I have my lovely niece right here. And I call her the super mom. So Eb, say hi to the folks out there.
Hi.
She is the super mom. And why do I say that? I asked her to come on and we're running today because she has so many appointments lined up. And I don't want to tell that, I'm gonna let her tell you.
Yeah, I have a pretty full schedule today.
You in Scrubs, aren't you?
Yes, I'm in Scrubs. I had home care appointments today. I have a home care agency, amongst other things, but yeah, that's what I was
Okay. Tell the folks, this is Mother's Day, so we're gonna tell these people about how you juggle. You juggle. If anybody juggle, you juggle. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I had the t-shirt, but no, you took the t-shirt.
Yes, I am a mother of 5. I am now currently running 4 businesses. Very hands-on.
Start with the first one.
The first one, businesses. Okay, so financial services, Lighthouse Financial Services. I've been doing that since 2016, which started from me working for another company for 15 years. Then my next one was actually, I started
Stop right there with Lighthouse Financial. Tell the folks, what do you do with Lighthouse Financial? Okay. What are some of the services that you offer?
Okay, so I was a credit repair specialist for a mortgage company for a while. Then I started doing it on my own. So from there, I started doing other financial services like business credit and startup business services and things of that nature. So I'm pretty much helping people start their business, legitimizing it and growing it to where they want it to be. And just, their financial services.
And you can do that. And you can do that for any state, correct?
Any state. Yes.
Guys, you hear that, right? I broke her out. Okay. All right. So there you have it. Yeah. What's the second business?
My second business was actually the first that I relaunched recently, which is Loving Hands Care. It's a private home care agency where I care for the elderly and those in need. And I just relaunched it this year. I was doing it by myself for so long, which we'll get into later about this whole superhero complex I have. But I just relaunched it and hired more people to kind of help me, serve the community.
Okay. We're gonna talk about that. We'll talk about that in the morning because girl here was the one that if it ain't me doing it, it ain't gonna be done right. This was her. And so she went through some stuff. So okay.
Yeah. My next one is Tiny Scholars Academy. It's a preschool where I teach toddlers and prepare them for kindergarten. That's my pride and joy. That's my babies. I started that just from a love of children. I have 5 children of my own, and education is very important to me. So in the 4 years I've been doing it, I've helped 9 4-year-olds go straight to kindergarten. A few of them, 3 of my children are going to be graduating a year or 2 early. So I just love it. That's
Wonderful. Well, okay, let's talk about Tiny Scholars.
You put it in the water and stem it. Good job.
You did a good job. Put it on the water. Put it on the
I see you.
Who can tell me a word that starts with G?
Me.
Okay.
Good.
Good job. What about you? Gate. Good job. What about you? Grasshopper. Good job. That's a long word. What about you? Gate. All right, that'll work. What about you?
Can you tell me the days of the week?
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Good job. Can you count in Spanish for me? Get your hands out of your mouth. Count in Spanish for me.
Uno,
Mm-hmm.
dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis,
6, 7.
siete,
Uh-huh.
ocho, nueve, 10.
Good job. One is A. Point to A for me. Point to A. Good job. I am smart.
Must
I am loved.
love
I can do anything.
doing things.
Good job.
She started Tiny Scholars some time back, guys, but you know, she had to start and stop. So business owners and prospective business owners get a load of that. You have to start sometime and sometime you have to stop, huh?
Yes, it was rough. And
was
then,
rough.
like I said, doing it by myself and trying to be superhero, it took a lot. Plus, I had to stop due to personal reasons and
Right.
my personal situation. So it just was a start and stop thing I stopped for about, I don't remember how long, but it was a good length of time. And then I started again. So
Okay.
it was a lot.
Okay, let's talk about that. The last time. The reason I wanted to focus on the last time was because I happened to have been driving when she was looking for and talking about finding a place and relaunching Tiny Scholars and heart and this is what I want to do and I need a place and talk about that. Share that journey with folks.
So the last time when I started it was an in-home daycare. It was in the home that I had at the time. And when I moved, I totally said, you know what, I'm not gonna do this. I was there from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. with children and no break and trying to do everything by myself. And I'm like, I'm burnt out, I'm tired, I'm not gonna do it again. Oh, but I couldn't rest because I love it so much. I missed it. I loved it. So I couldn't let it go. So God put it on my heart to try to do it again, but this time I needed to do it differently so I won't get burned out. And so I won't, just have it weighing just on me. So
Right.
I had to find, for one, I wanted to not do it in my home anymore. Secondly, I wanted to not be the only one there from 6 to 6. So a friend of mine ended up helping me to to teach the children. She started having the 1 and 2 year olds, and I had the 3 and 4 year olds.
Wait, you skipping.
I
Wait,
know.
wait, guys, I can't let her skip this part. She did not have a place.
I did not have a place to do it.
She did not have a place to do it.
I did not. And I looked for a while. I prayed and cried many days.
Yes.
looking for a place to do something to, relaunch the business. So I prayed about it. I blindly looked. And I'm going to say blindly looked because I had no clue what I really didn't have a financial plan, to be honest with you, which is not something I advise, but I just had faith. I just walked out with faith with it. Because I knew this is what God wanted me to do. This is what I was supposed to be doing. So I walked out on faith and started looking for a place. Ended up finding a place. Not only did I find a place, the owner of the place I found allowed me to move in and start there free. So I didn't have to pay.
That's where I wanted you to go.
She knew what I was trying to do. And just us talking, because I didn't know her prior to this. So just us talking and telling her what my heart was and what I wanted to do, she allowed me to do it. Well, she's the manager. She's not the owner. I'm sorry. She ended up letting me. Initially, it was supposed to be for 6 months.
Right.
3 months in, I don't know what happened between her and the owner. The owner said, well, hey, I need her to start paying. Threw a monkey wrench in my plan. I was kind of down. I'm like, oh, I don't know because I don't have the children yet. The 12 children I needed. So,
we're praying for 12, right?
I prayed for 12.
And how many did you start out with?
I want to say maybe
it was 2.
I think it was 2. I think it was 2 or 3. With about 2 or 3 of them for about 3 or 4 months, actually.
Yes.
So we
were
were
praying
just
for 12 for 4 months, and it was only 2 or 3. And wait, guys, I got to tell y'all this. She needed what was it we were looking for in the store? She needed some it was some kind of table. Anyway, she's like, yeah, she's like, well, I gotta get a table. I need whatever kind of table it was. And I said, you know what? Let's pray about this. So we did.
The desk, yeah, I remember.
Wait a minute, let's go in the store. Okay, Lord, I know you got this table waiting for her. Walk right in there and got that table. Got that table, walked out of there with that table.
Yes,
it was a desk. It was the exact desk that she needed, right?
That desk I needed. Yes.
Right. Awesome.
Yes. Just things like that just started falling into place. It just was falling into place. It was like a miracle.
Yes.
So excited, but like I said, it was like two kids for a while, so we started to get a little nervous once he said that I needed to start paying that third month. I'm like, Lord, I don't know how this is gonna happen because I don't have the 12 I needed,
right.
But it looked like out of nowhere I ended up signing up the third child, and from there it just blossomed.
It started blossoming. Yes,
it just started blossoming. A month after I signed up the third child, I ended up with a waiting list. I got my 12 and then some.
Wow.
So yeah, it was just a blessing. So
right. So can you tell the folks just how do you think that happened? What was going through your mind at the time? I mean,
at the time, hindsight is 2020, but at the time I was a nervous wreck. I'm talking about my faith was stretched in more ways than ever because I know I had to put my trust in God. I know I couldn't do it by myself. I couldn't do things the old ways that I used to. I had to do something differently. So I had to put my faith and trust in God. So.
Okay. So talk about your delegation struggle. Share that.
Ooh, so being a single mom of 5, and I'm so in my personal life, I think I'm used to being everything or doing everything myself. So when it came to business, knowing that I needed to delegate different responsibilities so everything is not on me, it was hard. I had a second teacher that I'm talking about, I battled for a month giving her a second key, knowing she needed it. She needed a second key. I needed to give her more responsibilities or give other people, more responsibilities. I ended up having to hire a chef because I couldn't do all the cooking. It was a lot.
Right.
I had to delegate, and that was so hard for me. It was hard.
Yeah,
it was very hard. So I struggled with that for a minute, but I learned about me. I learned this whole superwoman complex. Like a lot of times we struggle with, like, single parents or people in general just struggle with having to do everything by ourselves and thinking that if you don't, then you're weak or you're failing because you're not doing the job of 17 people when you're only one person.
Right.
And that's ludicrous. So, like I said, I learned that lesson and ended up delegating, and it freed me up so much. So much so I was able to relaunch my other businesses and work on other things and be there for my children more, which was the exact reason why I started working for myself. So I could be there for my children. So it all worked out.
Awesome. So we're talking to my niece, Superwoman. Okay, let's talk about just for a moment before we take a break and come back next week. Let's talk about once you got started. Did you fall into any obstacles? Did you get any obstacles along the way? From the public? Did you, talk about that a little bit and how you handle it?
Well, in my personal life, I did get some.
Absolutely.
But I had to learn that when you're going to another level and God is trying to bring you to another place, of course the enemy doesn't like that, so he's gonna throw different darts at you. I didn't realize that then. I realized that now, but that was one of the lessons I had to learn. I'm talking about everybody started coming from my neck. It was just get Eboni's day for me. You know what I mean? A week, a month for me. Like struggles I've never had happen. Like people just saying awful lies about me, especially knowing the business that I'm in. You know what I mean? So it just is a lot. But I had to learn to, once again, put my faith in God and keep it pushing. But it was hard. It was very hard.
Absolutely. And one thing too, I try to stress to young business owners as well as myself, in the business that I'm in, and you as well, in finances, in any business, you can't satisfy everybody.
You can't satisfy everybody.
You do
Yeah.
what you can in your profession. You do the best that you can.
Absolutely.
And somebody is not going to be satisfied. That it
Absolutely.
just doesn't work.
Absolutely.
And if you stood around and tried to make everybody satisfied, you
You run yourself crazy.
yeah, you'd be crazy. You wouldn't be successful. Put it that way. So yeah, so this is Mother's Day, and we just wrapping up listening to the Supermom here. Supermom's gonna tell you next week where she truly get her strength from. And so with that said, you guys go out and enjoy yourself and don't eat too much, because I'm on 21 days raw right now. I can't go out there and look at nobody eat. Not today. Not today. So just keeping it real. This is DTM Real Talk, and we're just doing what? Keeping it real. Thanks for watching DTM Real Talk. Be sure to join us for more conversation. And oh yeah, don't forget to hit that like button, share, and subscribe while you're there.